just send a message. Any hope for the Super Eagles? Super Eagles custodian.
That's how everyone will be asking me. Like, I said, I'm here employing. I said, I'm here employing Finidi. Just because I said I backed Finidi, that okay, yes. I mean, of the options that I believe that I thought that Finidi was the best option, and I still don't. I'm not changing my mind. It's still just 2 competitive games, 4 games in total.
But mathematically, we can still qualify for the World Cup.
I'm not, even before this round of the I've told you, I'm not holding my breath for the World Cup competition. If it's that we know that qualifying for World Cup is not important for us, we know our qualifying for World Cup for us is good or die. It's not Finidi George we employ.
Then who should?
No, this is the truth. I thought the idea behind hiring Finidi George would be something like, you want to build over a long stretch of time. But you now say, what about Finidi George's career as a coach suggests that he is a winner to the point that we must win?
But he won the league last time with Imba.
If you ask me my opinion, I think another manager could have come in and not performed well. Because really, I think it's really a dire situation. You know, for Finidi George to have taken over at this point. I think we've had this discussion.
No, but you're making it sound like even if we just scrapped a whole full squad and are starting new. Remember, I just got to the final of the last AFCON. It's not even up to 6 months now, my brother. What's happening now? Why are we talking like we are bringing in 23 new players into the squad and we are building
Gaffers does matter. Who calls the shots also does matter. It matters even so well. That is why all around the world, you know, coaches, managers, gaffers easily get sacked, employed and all of that. It's because, see, as good as the MSN were, Messi, Suarez, Neymar, as good as Xavi, Iniesta, Messi were, as good as that formidable Italian football defense where the Maldini, Iniesta, and all of that, they all needed a coach. Check out games where probably a coach is suspended, the coach is not on the touchline, he is sick, maybe his assistant takes over. Even as much as he would have done his work before match day, you would observe that during the match, because he cannot call shots or because he cannot be involved, you will see that little bit of they are not so coordinated for teams that their coordination is on a high level. So gaffers does matter every day. And that's why Tunde said, if you truly, truly, really believe deep down as NFF officials in your mind that what you want to do is you need a coach to come in, qualify you for this competition, and then move on, then probably Finidi is not your call. But for me, I always felt we've looked around. We've looked at the fact that General Jose Pesero, probably these are not the way the franchise of the Super Eagles is. These are not coaches of the Super Eagles standard. I'm not trying to be over myself, but the Super Eagles have taken they've taken their football to a level where by now, if we build on the 90s, early 2000s, by now we should be talking of some elite coach. Like some clubs, some countries in Africa had employed Carlos Queiroz at coach clubs in Africa. We've had top coaches come to. If that is the level that this is not what we'll be talking about, but we went with Finidi, and I thought it's a case of Finidi grows, the team grows, you guys grow together. At a point, you now become top beaters. 5 years, 6 years plan. Why can't we? We keep going back to talking about how Morocco had done it. They gave themselves 10 years. And as of the 8th year, they started achieving both on the female and male football side. Why can't we? Every day must it be about today? Okay. When will we ever plan for something that is futuristic?
Okay, Kenny, you're talking about growth. And I'm saying again, if you're talking about growth and you're building from your last competition you went to, you got to the final.
Can't it be a fluke?
From the last competition.
It was in fact a fluke.
Can't it be a fluke? And you have 70. How many goals did you score in the run?
And you have 70.
Scoring one.
But we have 70% of that same team in this same particular team.
But that's how tournaments.
Tournaments are just
different.
When you are playing 7 games.
That's why it's different.
Now the question is the Nigerian football community patient enough for us to miss out on another World Cup?
See, what is the alternative? First of all, the managers that you can say you want to employ to win now with a winning mentality or winning resume, if that was even the case, the reason we let Pesero go is not because the NFF were tired of it. It's because they could no longer afford it.
Yes.
And Pesero is one of the cheapest. Is one of the cheapest of the foreign coaches. So
Sipest.
like
The
Pesero
words
came,
of Pella. Sipest.
Pesero came to Nigeria from Venezuela. I don't know.
Was chased.
I don't know if you know what's happening in Venezuela, but they are not rich.
No, he was even chased.
Yeah, if a poor country is sacking you, that was where we picked up Pesero from, and we still cannot pay him his $50,000 a month. We're owing him. He renegotiated at the increase. You know, we're owing 50. He renegotiated. I thought it was renegotiated. You were laughing at that.
No, he too wanted to chase them.
They actually agreed with you. What not? So like it's a case of we did not really have options. But the idea is that you should then put your pride aside and accept where you are. Say, okay, Finidi George only managerial experience so far. It's 1.5 season at Enyimba.
No, he did a little.
He did more than
in Betis.
He was the second team manager.
What I mean is, at least he did some coaching.
He was the second team manager. I'm talking of first team. His first team managerial experience has been with Enyimba, and not even up to 2 full seasons. Yes.
No, the one full season was an
abridged league season.
It wasn't the normal
league season, marathon. Which they did not even top. A lot of people seem to forget that he struggled in his first year a lot. They qualified for the Super 6,
and they won it.
And they won the Super 6. The Super 6 is a bubble.
In his first season, and then it was in the second season.
No, it was in his first season that they made the Super 6. No,
his first season, where he was complaining
about officiating and everything.
It was in the second season that he had an abridged season.
The second season was the one that was abridged.
So, and then he won.
The point being that nothing about his career
Sparks
suggested that. I'm not saying that he's not a good coach. Nothing about his career suggested that this is a manager you to employ when you absolutely need to win. This was not a case of you need to win now. Finidi George is the man coming in. So why is he being judged on that parameter, on that basis? They employed, and I pointed out the contradiction when we found out that they gave him a 1-year rolling contract that's based on whether we qualify. Why? If you employ Finidi George, I assume that you want to build an identity for the national team.
Exactly.
Because that was the complaint. If that's not the case, we will never have fired Genero defense. Because Genero was actually getting results. Everybody talks about, they did not like the way the team played. The team has way more potential than Genero was getting out of it, and which is why they fired Genero. Only to bring in Pesero, who played just as bad or even worse than Genero, and did not even get the results. I know that everybody can be a bit fickle. Forget the AFCON. Pesero was a horrible coach for Super Eagles for Nigeria. That is the simple truth. If the AFCON did not happen, there will be no single person that will say keep Pesero.
I'm not cutting you.
I agree completely.
I have a friend who was, my secondary school mate. He keeps calling for my head, during the Pesero time before the Nations Cup. And this is his argument, which is very understandable. It's just that the angle he usually comes from. He said, we the journalists chased away Genero. And I asked him a simple question. It's our job to talk. It's our job to point out the ills. It's our job to say when it's not right. It is our job to point out to the entire world, especially our primary world, which is the Nigerian setup. This is where it went wrong. These are things we know in, exclusive things that we know. Now, after we do that, which we did to Genero, because we felt the Super Eagles needed more. But it is not in our place to employ who comes after. And that is always where I have issues with him. Because like Tunde pointed out, it seemed like if you take out the Nations Cup, Pesero is even worse than Genero. But for us, now somebody who will come to this podcast maybe some months later will say, maybe they have chased Genero, they have chased Pesero. You people have gotten what? It is never in our place to employ. But it is our place to talk about whoever is working now and talk about their pros and their cons. It is also in our place to talk about whoever prospects. There is a Tunde Young. He has coached here. He coached Babash FC, Primetime FC, and all of those things. There is a Solomon coached Godwin FC, and all of you put all those.
And we won the league. Let them know we won.
This is our work. That is what we point out. But if you go ahead and I employ John whose only experience is under 2 and under 3.
And no underage competition.
It is never our own business. What I'm trying to point
Why
out
did you
is,
use John for that specific?
I don't know.
Can we move on?
What I'm trying to-
Is it from what we know about John?
But what do you know about
what
it?
I'm trying
Let's
to
not go
point
there.
out is the fact that
You can go there on the
it
word.
is not our work to employ, but it is our work to point out the right, the wrong, the pros, the cons of any situation. What Finidi just said, talking about General Rod and to Jose Pesero, if we come out and criticize Finidi George, it is our work. If we come out to praise Finidi George, it is our work. We'll come out and back somebody. We'll come out and criticize somebody. People should understand from that angle. Whoever comes in is beyond our powers. They don't get to consult us. No, there is never a representative of the media. Media, you guys should give us 10 people who want to employ a coach. Let us all sit down and deliberate. Okay, we have 1 naira, we have 2 naira. These are the conditions, these are the terms. Who do you think is best to fill in? We're never consulted. All we get is, these are the people that are on ground, and then we go by whoever has been employed. And then we try to see the good side. If there are no good side, we point out the wrong side. And then if it goes funny or it goes good, we'll come out to sing praise. If it goes funny, we'll come out to talk about the angles of criticism. So everybody should always see that. And yes, if it's for results, then probably Genoro should have stayed. But we knew the Super Eagles wanted more. And we thought if you're chasing Genoro, you should bring somebody that is clearly better than Genoro. You came with Jose Pesero. If you're letting Jose Pesero go, and you still feel the Super Eagles needed more, then you should sit back and get somebody that is more. Now, if you're going with a Finidi, virtually everybody knows what Finidi will bring. For somebody like Finidi, it should be a case of a long term. Start this planning now. It won't cost you money. It won't cost you much. He's a Nigerian. He can adapt to a lot of conditions. He won't tell you, I will be staying in the US while I'm coaching here. So there is no case of when he wants to come, you have to create a flight for him. These are the conditions. Let him stay. Let us suffer for a period for us to enjoy later. But it is never our case.
We have suffered enough.
But that's actually where I'm driving at.
We've not suffered.
And the thing is this, the Super Eagles or the national team job is not a job where you do
Test and
chopping and
Okay.
changing,
Yeah.
testing and all of that, and they say you want to give the person 5 years. I mean, which national team? Yes, some managers have stayed longer in national team, but I think based on results. And with what Finidi has done so far, there's a lot of pressure from the media, just like Kenny mentioned, the fact that it's the job of the media to criticize your work and to
praise your
and
work.
also to praise whatever you're doing. After the 2 games, I saw his post-match conference, and let me say that the media are really pushing him hard, and sometimes you see from his response clearly show that he's responding with so much anger in him with some of the questions that have been thrown at him when they were asking the questions of why that leaving out Boniface, was it a tactical decision or it was just was it a fitness issue or the tactical decision, and he responded and said that if I had started Boniface in the game, I didn't do well. Most of you also criticized me and asked, why did you start Victor Boniface when you know that he probably wasn't fit enough or he hasn't adapted to, because he said he sees most of these players in training and he picks the best with the best of the players. So my point is this: Finidi George has been hired. I think that the onus lies on the the NFF to give him some time, because truth is, and I've said it, if you hire Jose Mourinho to come and win those 2 games for Nigeria, he may not deliver. He may not. I'm not saying he won't. I'm saying he may not deliver as well. So because you see, the situation at which he took that job is a situation whereby it is a may or ma. Even if Amunike had taken his job, it might also be the case of it, because after that loss to Benin Republic, some persons came out and were saying that, Amunike should have been the one to that. If Amunike had taken over the helms of affairs, maybe things wouldn't have been like that.
But we don't know that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying some people say that.
Yeah, no, we don't know if
might not have given us the kind of
but
results.
that's what you are saying. But we have said that we don't know if Amunike would have.
Have also delivered as well.
we don't know.
No, my issue is the fact that the team looked uncoached.
No.
That's the issue I have.
See, I saw somebody's assessment on
The team
Twitter,
looked
and Tunde,
and the Benin Republic side looked. You know that yes,
Wait.
they know exactly what.
Yes, they played as a team. I
Yes.
agree with you. But where is the drive? Where is the commitment from the players? I watched that game and I'm asking that.
That's why I said step on coach.
Tunde,
All the time, we're always
You are saying that kind of
players.
setup.
I also think that the players didn't give their all.
No, wait.
For me,
He give me that. Wait, there was an instance where a cross came in from Chukwueze, and Lukman and Paul Onanchu went for the ball at the same time.
yes.
That's why I said the king. It's not that okay. Yeah, they
Oh,
were
that was-
It was the coach.
No,
So the coach that coached Ademola and
You
Wait.
were saying commitment. Okay, the players wanted to score, but
No.
Did you have how many
Also
chances do you
did
have
not
in that
show
game?
commitment.
Yes, there was no drive. There was I didn't see
You don't see how the Benin
I didn't
play.
see the passion.
The Benin showed that they wanted to die for that game.
Thank you.
I think that was where the whole team spirit showed.
Do you know why I disagree with that? Because to the point of AFCON, these are the guys who saw at the AFCON that showed commitment. So I don't
we
think
were
we
talking
can,
of this game.
no, I don't think we can doubt the players'
There
commitment.
were certain
I
players that
agree.
played that they were not in the African that played in
just
that.
a few.
I agree with
I
Solomon in terms that yes, the team looked on good, but I don't think offensively. Offensively, I actually think that we are playing better than we ever did on that percent.
Yeah.
Especially the South Africa game, the second half, we attacked the way that I've not seen the Super Eagles attack in a long time. Probably we better finish, we probably would have won that game. But defensively, I don't know if Finidi even talks to the. I don't know if Finidi has ever met those defenders before. Maybe he only coaches attack, and when they start time to play, he does who they around, come play back. Maybe that's what he does.
Even the attack
No, some
against
say
Benin, I didn't see
it's not
anything.
true second.
No,
It is Benin Republic.
True second was the Marshall at the
And then you saw our attack against Benin Republic. I didn't see
The Benin Republic game, for the first 30 minutes, we played the entire half in Benin Republic. We played the 30 minutes in Benin Republic half. It was a dominant first 30 minutes. In fact, they should have scored more than that one goal.
Yeah.
In that point. This is where the issue comes in. And I think that Finidi has to work on the defensive shape. Everybody knows defense is easier to coach than attack. If you can imprint on your team offensively within 2 games or within 4 games, you want to count the friendly game, then the defense should be worked out as well. The defense is horrible. The first goal was a defensive error from Calvin Bassey. And yes, Calvin Bassey, a left-footed centre back who usually plays on the left side of centre back. He made that error while playing on the right side because he was trying to control the ball with his weaker foot.
Yes.
So and the ball just went by him, and those who went on to score that goal. From the corner kick as well, there was zero coordination defensively, and Steve Mounier, a former Premier League striker, that is almost 7 feet tall, one of the guy that is supposed to, the tallest guy in the box is the person you mark the most during corner kick because you know that this is his work. It was wide open in the 6-yard box, not even in the box, in the 6-yard box, right in front of Nwabali, and the ball just came to him in his feet, and it was harder to miss than to score. Those are the kind of goals that we considered. And it comes from
against South Africa.
Yeah,
it was easy walking by Tambazwane.
Yeah,
Tambazwane left the ball, went for a return ball, got it in the 18, and walked by 3 defenders and took it at the bottom.
And where I'm driving with this, and this is why I say it's a coaching issue. You are playing Benjamin Tanimu, a centre back. You are playing him as a right back. He played there against South Africa and had one of the worst games I've ever seen in my life. People were just walking by him. The Tambazwane goal you talked about, it was from there. People were just strolling by him. He stopped nobody. Did nothing on that pitch. He started the next game as a right back as well. You are playing by Josiah Samuel, a right back. You are playing him as a left back. For whatever reason, I don't understand this. You are playing Calvin Bassey centrally, who is usually playing as a third centre back in a 3-man defense. You are playing in center, and then he's still not playing on the wrong side. So it is a case of I don't know.
And then you are playing him with Shemi Ajayi. See, one of the things with Shemi Ajayi, he's so shaky.
And it's very slow.
It's
very slow to keep him
who is calm, who checks everybody to check him every time.
Sheyi is very slow.
And now you're playing it, aside being slow, Sheyi can be very shaky.
Yeah.
And then you're playing it with Calvin Bassey, putting Calvin Bassey on the wrong side. It's super crazy. As much as while myself and John were just talking about the commitment, I think it got to a point. Psychologically, the players looked like, let's just wear off the time. It didn't look like any player was ready to take the game by the scruff of the neck. I think we see that in crunch time from some players. I was looking at the white players. I looked at Ademola Lookman. I looked at Samuel Chukwueze. And I'm asking, hey.
You see that Chukwueze? That guy, I don't understand. Sometimes, when you see him playing AC Milan, and when it comes
to
not
playing well yet. So
no. I mean, he's still. I'm saying he's even still
Chukwueze is a player that has moments. That's the thing. Chukwueze has even Aviara. He has not been good for a full stretch of the game. What he can give you is that he will have some moments where he will do something great. And he came off the bench against South Africa. He actually did that. He hit the bar. He played well. Even the goal we scored against Benin Republic, he assisted the goal. But then, when you know what to expect from a player, you'll not be disappointed. I know going to a game expecting Chukwueze to be our best player to terrorize defense for 90 straight minutes. He will do his normal Chukwueze things, but then he will give you a moment or two where he beats one man and cuts the ball back, or maybe tries to score. It's just what I don't think this is a personal issue. I think I am putting it at the feet of the coach. But also, I don't think that 2 competitive games is enough for the Finidi outrage I've seen so far. People are talking like, did you fire him? Did you have been employed in the first place?
I don't think that should even be discussed.
Does somebody fail after 2 games?
I kept saying, I
think it's just the fear of not qualifying for the World Cup.
On a platform
what's fear of not qualifying? Are we really even doing well as a team?
I was saying it on the platform where me and Solomon were. I was talking about, I need to know what the discussion was in that room when the NFF were about to employ Finidi George. I need to also know what they discussed with him. If it's a case of Finidi George, you are here, maybe all of us are looking at the contracts seem like qualifiers for this, qualifiers for that. If their discussion borders around qualifying us, trust me, number one, he shouldn't be employed in the first place. Number two, I would have typed Finidi George's sack letter right now, because I don't want to leave it too late. The situation still look like it can still be salvaged. I don't want to leave. But if by any chance there is a discussion of Finidi George, let's just start with this. Let's see how the team grows under you for a year, and then we'll see what happens.
We have officially started, but we started on the show. Tunde Young, John Ojetunde, Solomon Edivre, Kehinde Idris.
Did you just point to me mentioning John Ojetunde?
You reclaim your name.
Solomon Edivre, please.
If your name lost, reclaim your name.
I'm Kehinde Idris, Mr. D. Yes, I'm right here.
Alright, so we are still. Finidi George is a polarizing figure in the country.
Trending, you know.
He's been trending negatively.
Also, the Super Eagles.
I even saw someone that said, I saw someone that said when they even first collect that G-Wagon as your official car. So before they sack him, first collect the G-Wagon. Let's the NT Uber first. Until he starts winning again.
You won't collect a status car. No, I don't do that one now.
But Tunde, there's really something that beats me in our setup. So, do you mean a Nigerian Super Eagles franchise cannot get enough sponsors on board where we can be paying 20 million to a coach? Is that how? To
a Nigerian coach?
Whichever coach.
Yeah, but the 20 million you're talking about is small.
Cause small.
Well,
how much?
If you have 50,000,
how much is 50,000? $50,000.
That's over 16. That's close to 60 something.
$1 is what? Let me calculate. $1 is how much?
147, close to 1.5.
Let's just say
1.5.
20 million divided by 1,005 is just 13,000. So that's like 1/5 of Pesero's salary. So that means Pesero's salary was more in the ranges of the 100 million.
That's 60 million.
60,000. It's almost 100 million.
100 million a month. I would say that for a foreign man, Pesero is even cheap.
Yes.
So that should give you an idea of.
You know what they pay the likes of Harvey Renard.
So what I'm saying is, you don't want to pay that. You don't want to pay the 15 millions, the 20 millions. What do you want to pay? And then you want magic to happen with the Super Eagles. And then you want the best of the best. Where the Super Eagles struggle with even Jesse deal. The Super Eagles struggle with a lot.
No,
they struggle with Jesse. I'm not even mentioning the smaller national team. See, Like we always say, 70% of the results we see on the field had happened outside the field. A lot of things come together to give us results that we see here. The NFL from their stands are not ready for the Super Eagles to achieve anything special. All they want to do, we will do shenanigans, do all the, and then we'll get the big picture results. Whereas teams spend millions upon millions to get to where you are. And we still rub shoulders with those teams, and we don't think we should have a little more. You're giving the coach a G-Wagon. Some Nigerians are saying, collect the G-Wagon. These are even official car. Coaches get proper pay where they can buy a G-Wagon themselves.
No, even with you still get an official car, even
No, what I
even
mean
with
is,
the proper pay.
what I mean is, if you even get some kind of pay,
You go buy G-Wagon.
something that you can
buy am now.
especially the Nigerian coaches.
I think Finidi George can afford it.
Is this not
Finidi
hard?
George is not a poor.
from the NFF.
How many years with Baba
Finidi George is
played?
not
Baba
a
played
poor
with
man.
this.
No, I'm saying from the NFF pay. Like I'm the coach of the Super Eagles.
I mean, we don't know what exactly it ends. Some people say it was any. Some people said
Some
it's.
say 10
Some
million,
said
some
it's.
say 15
Some
million.
said 5, I bet 50, some said 5. I've not heard below 5. But even if you earn 5 million monthly, I don't know if you can buy G-Wagon with that. But
you know that is what we say about these contractual terms. How do they pay the assistant coaches? Is it that if it's 10 million?
One has resigned.
but Kenny, let us be for it. That's not why we are losing. That's not why.
What I'm
I don't
saying-
even money.
See, these things are motivation. The
I
reason
agree.
why so many teams, do you know how much they spend on the Three Lions? Do you know how much they spend on the Red Devils of Belgium? Do you know how much the Portuguese spend? They know that there is space for money in football. There is something money gets you every now and then. The best of coaches, the best of medical team, the best of psychologists. These are things people get every day. Also, we were talking about sport director from Manchester City moving to a national team setup. Do you know how much they will lure him with? Because they want the best for the country. We every day, we always try to look for the cheapest of everything. I want to get the best of results.
Because the NFF is broke. It's simple.
Yeah,
Why
that's
are they
simple
broke?
truth. That is simple truth.
They are
man.
broke.
Okay,
Why are they broke?
What do you want? You want us to pay Finidi George and Average salary where we can get Average for that salary?
Exactly.
Is that what you? Because
No,
there's
no,
a
no.
way.
And Finidi even has
That's
to prove
not what I
himself.
mean.
He has to prove himself for him to even get that humongous amount of
What
money.
I mean
If
is,
he hasn't proved himself,
what I
obviously
mean
he's not
is-
going to get it.
if you sit in an NFF gathering today, I mention Average, you see all of them laughing. Like, okay.
Because they know
of
they
the kind of
cannot.
money
They
come-
know they
They
cannot
can't
afford
afford
it.
Okay, now I'm saying for all these years, when you cannot even afford to put a Super Eagles game on TV, and you say you're the body covering, do you know why there is no followership for the Super Eagles? There was a time people sit in their bosom with area antenna.
They will watch
the
Super Eagles match.
They have a connect.
Yes.
With it. Now the Super Eagles, you have to have this special. You must subscribe on your DSTV. You must have data on your phone. All those things for you to watch the darling Super Eagles. Whereas you see other countries, they do it for free. They put big screens on the road. Their government do this just for the country, for each man and woman to follow their team. We don't have a connect. And you guys sit in your office every day, complain about no money. The next election is around the corner. Another person will be out to want to be the president, coming to contribute nothing. What are the things you want to do for the country?
Let's
For
keep it.
Now we're
Let's keep
talking
it
of
on
the
Nigeria
Super
football.
Eagles this was. If you hear what happens to the lower national teams, look at the one that just happened with the under 17 and all of that, the Olympics team, and you want magic every day.
Let's
It's super crazy.
Let's talk FPFM. Let's talk FPFM. Save your anger for the FPFM.
You still get angry.
Is Enyimba Rangers the biggest Nigerian Premier League football game of the last 10 years? Is it the biggest?
Yes, one.
I wouldn't say.
No, in terms of like the
terms of
ads
followers
generated, in terms of like the capacity of the stadium being met, 25,000 people, the game caused traffic. The like around the stadium there was no movement because people were trying to get in, people were fighting to pay to get in
I'm trying
to watch that game. the hype that both teams generated, it was also a title decider. I say Oriental derby,
Yeah.
two rivals, and also potentially a title decider. They were tied. I think they were just 2 points between them coming into that game.
59-61.
So the stakes were very high. The fans showed up. They were boisterous. The scenes were crazy.
Yeah.
And apart from how the game ended, which is on an unsavory note, with all of that in mind, has there been a bigger
No, if you ask me,
NPFL game recently?
yeah, but in terms of PR, we've seen. I mean, I'm sure there are more interesting NPFL games. You've seen derbies like that. But I think in terms of PR, I don't know.
Well, I'm not talking of the football. I'm not talking about
the PR.
I'm talking of like the
Yes. Okay.
the amount of buzz the game generated.
No. I'm trying
because
to.
before the game, sorry, because
Okay.
before the game, I've been seeing it trending on X.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering what's going on. Then the attire for both teams, because even after the game, because I think Rangers are having a game they're having a game in Ibadan, and you know what? You need to see how every one of them is dressed in these Igbo outfits. Very amazing, and it was posted all over, and people were like, "What's really going on?" Because the PR stunt, I don't know if Rangers paid some PR merchants or it was something that was organic. And
I think it was
everybody
organic.
Everybody kept talking about it, and I'm wondering because really, I didn't even know that there was going to be an Oriental derby. It was online. And I saw people post, even people that were not people who don't talk about it. They started talking about the Oriental derby, and it looks more like this is like the biggest, and they were even saying that this is the biggest derby that Nigeria. But I don't believe that's the biggest. I don't think so. I don't think that's the biggest derby of the game.
I think kudos to Rangers for this. The moment they came to Lagos and got point off Sporting Lagos, that was their last game before they started increasing our buzz, and Fidelis Ilechukwu even said it in his presser, like, I want all of the fans to turn out, because they turned out in Lagos. Anybody who was a Rangers fan or an Easterner one way or the other, they turned up for Rangers at the MJ Obolaji Johnson Arena against Sporting Lagos. Probably that energy gave them, the goalless scoreline that the game ended, which made them take a point off Lagos. So they were talking about they want everybody to turn out against the Ima. Now, this is the reason why I wouldn't completely agree that it's the biggest game probably in the last 10 years. This game should create such. It's Rangers first position, Enyimba second position. Number one, Rangers is one of those top teams. Their followers are still there one way or the other. But Enyimba, they started after Rangers and all those canopilas. But in the last, say, 25 years, they've created something for themselves. So they also have these steady fans who are following them. And also, I think in our league, Enyimba looks like that Real Madrid, where, they're always just there in the mix of the continent.
But this is not the first time these two teams are meeting. So how come
it's the positioning?
Yeah.
I think this is the first time in a long time where this is like 4 games to go. This is match day 35. And they are first, second, 2 points between them. I think it needed to gather this. And for those who are, like I said, for those who are pushing the agenda for Rangers, since about 10 games to go, I think Rangers started seeing light. Just add up energy to what these guys are doing, and we might just be the league winners. And I think they did that very well. For Enyimba, they understand that. Continue to do what you needed to do. Rangers is not far from here. Turn out for your team. They get a draw off Rangers, and then they start to pick points away, home, and all of that. And then they continue to believe. And I think that was what gave birth to that. Because I was going to, we've seen games like that. The game where Sikiru.
That was what I was trying to like Rangers at Agege Stadium. MFM against Rangers. So I also saw
MFM versus Kano Pillars. It's so small. It's so small. No, I'm saying if you were around the stadium, if you were around Agege.
People in a stadium where some people did not even have
it was overcrowded actually.
People did not have space to they were so close to the pitch because people were standing literally behind the advertising railing because there was nowhere else to sit. And you see that people could not even get in.
And
people that could not even, or people that were not, in the East, people in Lagos were actively following online.
Actively, like
what is going on in terms of interest. As that I've not seen a single Nigeria Premier.
I think I have
But
seen.
if you have seen
I
It was the Rangers.
No, I'm trying to remember because I know I've seen. I'm just trying to grab it off my hand. I've even seen,
No.
That has gained so much online interest.
Yes.
Not even.
if you say offline.
Yes, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to get
The
those
Rangers
games
game
off
came
my
to my
head.
mind.
But the truth is, I love what these are done. I love it so much. But I'm saying first, second, match day 35, 2 games, 3 games to go. I think if any other team, let's take it out, is not Rangers, let's say it's Kano Pillars and Katsina United, it would also, generate, sort. Because it's not just one of those games. It's one of those games that can tell what happens at the end of the day to the league.
The other one that came to my mind, but it wasn't a league game, it was the FA Cup final. The Kano Pillars Rangers game where they led by 3 earlier, but it was the FA Cup final.
The things that they are talking about, and it's same thing with the MFF Rangers game. Those games generated the attention after
That
the
the game match. Oh,
But
okay.
this one, NFC, MFF game, lot of people still watch because people were watching MFF.
No, that was even the first night football.
Night game.
Night football.
And it was on pay TV.
It was on Super Bowl at the time. But the majority of the interest that game generates came from the fact that Secret Rollers was who scored a potential Puskas goal. And that's why people mostly started talking about the game. Not because people just want to talk about the random game. But like Kenny said, trying to decide so but then contributed to because I think that one is over and done. The Rangers have been awarded 3 points and 3 goals for
I didn't know the league is that.
as a reward for the way the game ended.
I think there's.
And also they've been fined 10 million naira.
No, I was going to get to that. They were fined a total of 10 million naira, but they were fined for 6 different
charges. I don't like
charge
it.
for
I don't like
on
it.
6 different.
let me go through.
Yeah.
A fine of 1 million naira only for failing to ensure proper conduct of your team. That's for because their players were the ones that disrupted the game and fought. A fine of 5 million naira only for disrupting a live broadcast. I suppose the game was on Saturday, and also Propel Sports app. A fine of 1 million naira only for throwing of objects onto the field of play. A fine of 1 million naira only for encroachment onto the field of play. That's by the Enyimba fans that charged the pitch. An order of forfeiting 3 points and 3 goals in favor of your opponents for refusing to allow the penalty awarded in favor of your opponents to be taken, thereby disrupting the match and bringing the game to disrepute. A fine of 2 million naira only for causing the disruption and discontinuation of the match. That feels like they fined them for that already. Did they find them for that 2 different times? Let me go back
No, it's just 1.
I will fine for disrupting live broadcast 5 million. Fine.
That's live broadcast.
So fine for causing a disruption and discontinuation of the match.
Yes.
The reason they had to separate that because they need to pay the broadcasters.
Another for Enyimba to identify and produce for further investigation and appropriate sanctions other players and officials complicit in the disruptive conduct,
Which is good.
particularly against match officials that led to a discontinuation of the game, in addition to the following identified players: Eze Ekutoziam, jersey number 6. They catch and put jersey number.
I wanted you to finish.
Chibuke in
That's where I'm going.
Chibuke in Waiwu, jersey number 27, and Akoni Elijah, jersey number 10. So, in accordance to Rule C26, you are required within the 48 hours of this date to notice either submit to the summary jurisdiction and sanctions are contained here or elect to be dealt with by a disciplinary panel. So that means Enyimba can still challenge this by taking it to disciplinary panel. About Kenny, your thoughts?
I saw, is it Fenerbahce?
Galatasaray.
Plays for Fenerbahce.
Yeah.
The game that ended in the fight
Yes.
was Trabzonspor.
Trabzonspor against Fenerbahce, right? Do you know why Osai was sanctioned? Osai was protecting himself and his teammates. Osai did not go attacking anybody out of I just want to attack. It was a case of you were coming to attack me and then I'm defending, and it was still fine. Because this is the argument. You're a professional. There are some conduct that will not be condoned. Did you see how Enyimba footballers, even if you have grievances,
Yeah, they look like thugs.
proper thugs, and this 10 million for me is too small. I thought I was going to hear point deduction.
But they forfeited the 3 points already.
It's not before they won't forfeit.
3 points that they did not have.
Yes.
They don't have the 3 points. I'm saying deduct. These players, knowing that number one, this game is on TV. Number two, this is the glare of everybody. It is not the fans that are not fighting. They were holding those players and they were fighting to cut loose, to go and do whatever to the officials.
The intention was to hurt the referee and
How
the
can you
officials.
imagine as a player? I don't care how what you are. Then Tunde, I don't know if any of you have seen that video over and over again. That was a penalty.
I think it was.
No. But
Even if it was this touch,
I think it was.
It was
you help
soft.
the guy.
It was soft.
There is nothing
But
like
no, it
soft.
was soft, but it's a
The
penalty.
referee
Yeah,
had said there is nothing like soft. If it's a penalty, it's a penalty.
I agree. That's what I'm saying.
If it's not a penalty,
may
it's
be
not a
soft,
penalty.
but it's a penalty.
What is
And I agree.
soft?
No,
Define soft.
The
sometimes-
touch, yeah, the touch
Sometimes
the box
if I
was
say
not
the-
heavy.
if I say
Yeah.
the contact was not
Yes.
the law, but it's still a contact. It's still a foul.
This one is even funny. The guy had beaten his man, just poke the ball, and then you held him a bit, and you want to fight.
And I also think the
crazy.
the timing also, the timing at which
What's
that
wrong with
penalty-
the timing?
You found
No,
that
you don't know. I'm just saying that what caused the emotion. No,
I
no,
like
no.
what you said.
No, I'm talking about the emotion. The emotion that came in after.
So are
It
you
was
saying
the timing.
if that
I'm
happened in
very
the first
bad.
half, they
You
would
don't
have
get what
won?
I'm saying.
Yeah, I actually
I'm
get
talking
it.
about
get
the
what
fact that penalty came at 90 plus. I think 90,
That's
97.
97.
And they were giving 8 minutes. And so 97, that penalty came. So I also think that timing contributed a lot to the emotions.
So
you
you're
saw.
saying if it had happened in the
that
first
is
half,
why-
maybe they
If
would have.
I happened in the
And
first
that
half,
is why-
I don't think that we would have had this chaos.
And that is
Okay,
why
but
that
that's
referee, I will give him an MON after that game.
For standing his
For him
ground.
to make such
Yeah.
call at that time.
It was a huge
These
one.
are things that you do.
Knowing fully
To be
well
fair.
that in the past, if you had made such call in certain stadiums, which we know, if this had happened in the north, it would have been a different ball game
Wait,
entirely.
but the thing is, why I'm not throwing the line of say commending the referee for bravery. It's easy to be brave when you're blowing in favor of the own team. That is the simple truth.
And look at who
If
attacked him.
Insha, that is simple truth. Yeah, right.
Look at who attacked him.
It's true because it is unusual. I'm not expecting that the away people will have that much.
In
mouth.
Lagos, Kano Pillars fan, all the barricade that Lagos State did in Agege Stadium, they pushed everything down.
Kenny, if it
They
was
pursue
away,
country.
Kenny, if
Was the same
Rangers
north.
if
Was
Rangers
it- yes.
was away from home,
Yes.
that same scenario happened.
That referee may not have survived.
And that same scenario in 97 minutes, and it gives Rangers Rangers have the opportunity to get that penalty. Do you think it gives Rangers that penalty in the home of Enyimba in the 97 minutes? That same scenario, the exact same way.
That's a twist.
Same ref.
That's it, bro.
I doubt he would have done that. We've seen
Now,
too many
I love what you said.
calls like
I love
this.
what you said. You said you doubt.
Yes.
I
So
love the
we
fact
cannot
that
be
you
sure.
did not use certainty.
No. I said I doubt.
Do you know why Quadri is one of the most revered referee in the Nigerian league, even as young as he is? Because he has gone almost everywhere to make calls that are daring. Now, see, maybe the referee might not make that call if it were to be for the away team and all of that. I don't know. But what if it's the type of referee who stands on whatever he feels is right? The only thing we can talk about is this one. Until a superior argument shows me that there was a
Another
case for
scenario,
away
yeah.
teams that he never called. So I will stick with this case that is on ground. Because see, with the way that crowd was, he also knew what could happen at that time. Everybody knew what could happen.
But the twist that Tunde brought, I think
it's very
because
interesting one, yeah.
we've heard stories in the past. We've heard stories in the past where referees have decided to look away from calls that would have been a potential danger for him and his officials.
Especially with the so with the tackle soft, as you said.
Yes.
That it can be debated.
That it can be, yes.
It's not like it's a clear-cut penalty.
Exactly.
Would you give that against the home team in
We've
that
seen
stadium
that.
in 97 minutes?
We've seen videos where even this same MFM stadium, where they carried the referee like this, bundled him to the dressing room, and they told him, "Majade." They said, "Majade o."
Only who.
On ewu belo kolonge, longe for
I've not even seen referees really attacked him.
even it was God.
No, he was talking about him being protected, not that he was attacked.
Because he gave a call in that same stadium, and they almost beat him up. It was even Godwin and Co and these boys. What's that? Ahmed.
Yes.
They were the ones that protected the referee.
That
was even in Lagos.
Saying he was protected.
Not to talk of places in the north. You go places like Gombe, go places like Kano, go to places like Katsina. You blow against the home team.
No, even recently, there are some calls you can hardly make in Remo, in Kenya, in insurance, in
sunshine.
Let's even take away the Nigerian, potential violence part of it, and just football generally.
Yeah.
As a home team, home advantage counts in debatable calls.
Every day.
It is unlikely, especially when the call can be contested.
Home advantage,
if it's not
team advantage.
If the referee is not sure, benefit of it has to go to the home team. That's not true. Except in cases where it is sure, even in places where there's no risk of say anything. Violence breaking out, but the call will just
go. Is it not a ref that Mourinho went to wait for at the garage?
Maybe you go pass here. The way that here you go pass. I think you don't go pass.
That was not even a case of home team. That was a final that was played in neutral.
Was saying potential danger in any form. He's trying to look at the bigger picture. I'm saying even when now tell me if Mourinho went to be home. What I have told John?
No, yes.
No,
it's not even matter of home. Now tell me if Mourinho was in a society where he knows for a fact he can do something to that referee
and go away.
Yes.
That is what happens in Nigeria.
Yes.
It's not like the people outside of Nigeria are that much better. Emotions can get the better of most people. It's just a case of that I cannot do anything about this because I'm going to lose. Even if you talk to the referee, you will get fined immediately.
Yes,
you will lose. Let alone if you not touch him, you can go to jail.
Yeah.
So it's a case of all the people all these ones that I listed their names now. But after they will ban them, say ban for the next 6-7 matches. These players that I called, their names. And there's no way we don't have the data to even track everybody that was involved in that. Perhaps the players can be recognized because of course they are players that wear jerseys.
What about the fans?
On video. The fans,
you cannot.
The ones that are slap players.
Some years ago, I think it was Plateau United or so. Yes, they beat somebody up in just the camera, like they were seen. So they said when they were told produce those players, they just went to select some random. Oh yeah, prove to me that.
They are not their players.
Because the body itself no want to allow say this
you look like say left back in
the anyway, referees are endangered, potential endangered species, and I think that they need to be protected. I think that,
is the angle is going. We talk about security every time.
Yeah, I think that they should.
I think the security should have started from the fact that they should have allowed so much people into the stadium and that
they can allow.
No, but to people standing and
that stadium was overcrowded.
It was overcrowded.
It was beyond.
Security starts from there.
They were supposed
to.
No, he is talking about securing the stadium.
No,
I'm saying
John that's talking about
security.
But I'm saying it starts from the fact that you shouldn't allow that much crowd into the stadium
and also the independence of the referee association of the league. I think that they should really give them the power to take so because really, if I don't know if that still happens. I don't know. I'm giving an example.
Like to be
because
how would
they survive?
No,
what I mean in terms of
there is something you people just need to judge. When he's talking very well, we'll be looking at the side. When both of you are laughing, now turn to me. Wait. Oga face them.
I am saying something there.
Hey,
Guys,
Grandpa,
you see, that's the problem. You see, that's the
at
issue.
some point, by themselves, they will just suddenly be going to where they play basketball to be say, let me just blow whistle and
You see, that's the
give me
that's
500 naira.
Then how do you expect?
Very I see people playing table
Then how do you expect?
How can
No,
I
no,
blow? See, make a blow. Just
So now, how do you expect the referees not to make dodgy calls when they know that they are feeding, when they know that their remuneration mostly comes from the what's it called now, the chairmans of some of these things?
I don't think that's.
No, that's not the.
I don't think that's
but
I don't think. I think
depending on the
it's
fact that they are
league.
affiliated.
No, you don't get what I'm saying. No. What I mean,
That's
I don't think the clubs pay.
They don't
for
get.
the-
I'm not talking about the
No,
club.
there was a
There was a
time.
time they used to.
And there
That's
was
what
a
I'm saying. That it doesn't happen anymore.
where before the game, the chairman of the club will have a meeting with the referee.
No, you just no. They are not having a meeting. It's
uh,
simple.
Uh,
No, now you know they are there. They will have to tell them the information they need to get to their hotel and the feeding that they've arranged for them.
I like that. I like that. Let's not bring the link to the referee. That's what as Solomon said. That's what's happening. In fact, I don't think that
Moving on.
I don't think FBF collect money. I don't
No,
think.
they are charged.
I love Nigerian referees.
They are charged.
They are
So let us. But let
It's
us.
painful though. It's painful.
Let us move to where there's no violence. Euros. By the time this broadcast comes out, Euros will have.
Yes, yeah.
But still, I want everybody to call it now. Call your favorite, stick by it. Call your favorite, tell us why it's your favorite. We are going around
No, wait to win. What's our favorite to win? Or if the team we just love?
We are going.
Because I can just love Malta because I know they can't win.
Malta is not even this. Secondly, you only get to call one, so decide between favorite and who you love. That's your personal problem. I don't know how you bring polygamy into prediction of Euros. I don't know what you cannot stick to one mic. You cannot still stick to. You are already doing men along with.
They are born to be polygamous.
So let's go ahead because we have lots of time. Kehinde, this is your Euros favorite and why? And you don't have to change. Are you forfeiting? I'm putting you on the spot. This is your time. We are not coming back. If we pass, we know the.
He's looking for a team where Arsenal players
I don't know why
are well
he's
represented.
Why you have to Google the things that are in Euros? Say you want to call Colombia before. You want to call Colombia?
I'm not.
He likes Canada.
Okay. I think to an extent, that there is something about France, but I won't go with France. Yes. Let me
your favorite. Let him call it.
let me for the first time ever. Let me stick my neck out for England. Let me. If there are two teams while growing up that have sworn I can never support, I don't know for whatever reason. I know there are some reasons, but it's very fickle. That's Argentina and England. I just do not like those teams. But Lionel Messi changed my mind towards Argentina because, it's somebody that likes the way he plays and all of that. And I found myself rooting for them. For England, I think it's Gareth Southgate for me. I always hated the criticism on the man. I felt he met England here and he has taken England here. The only thing that he has not done is what Burna Boy had said. If you do 99 good, remember it will still remain one. And that one is the fact that Gareth just needs to win a trophy with the 3 Lions. And I think this is the time, and I'll stick with England.
Now I understand why we went to
Okay.
our former national anthem.
Yes. So for me, I'll go with Portugal.
No, don't go with Portugal. What is that team?
Is it your
Wait,
no?
that team.
Wait,
What is that team was mentioned to us?
Belgium.
No, not Belgium.
Austria. No, I never said.
Let's just make this.
I never said Austria was. It was another platform. And let me put out a disclaimer here. I never said Austria was going to win. I said Austria. I like them.
Please.
But doesn't mean that they are going to win.
Just say your favorite and the reason. Because we don't have time for all this.
You said
Manchester
which team
Marina.
did you go for?
I went to Portugal.
Portugal.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Portugal.
yes. So for Portugal.
Portugal.
Some country won't know they are talking about them if they listen to you.
That's because the boy I said that Igbo name.
Even Christian will be like, it's not our own Portugal.
Are we playing against them tomorrow? How in Portugal?
But that's how it's been pronounced.
Yeah, no,
Actually, it's Portugal. So for them, I think they look like
For them?
they look like the real deal for me.
Okay.
I looked at the players they have, individual players, and also the fact that
Individual coaches.
no, Martinez is just there. He's
Okay,
not.
when you
He's
say
not
the
super
players,
coach,
the
yeah.
individual players.
Yeah, the Martinez is just there. It's just one of those few. He's just a good coach, but he's on the average. But I'm looking at the players now, individual players. That's what I'm looking at. Up front, they've got a lot of options going forward. They've got Rafael Leao, they've got Bruno Fernandes, they've got Cristiano Ronaldo, not forget. They've got
Goncalo
Goncalo Ramos, Bernardo Silva.
We know that
players,
you were really
these are players that can win you games.
You never
individually.
mentioned Diaz.
And also, of course, Ruben Diaz. There's also the what's his name? Ruben Diaz.
Ruben Neves. Neves is part of the team.
Neves is not part. I don't think. Is he part of this team? He wasn't called up. Ruben
I
Neves.
think
Neves is a part of the team.
I think he's in their squad. Let me confirm that though.
But there's another player that also comes from. That's Vitinha of PSG.
Yeah.
Another great player. So individually, I'm looking at that.
Arguably the best player at the just concluded Champions League.
Yes, and I'm looking at their midfield and I'm seeing that everything seems good for them. They seem to be in all areas. They have individual players who look at their right back. This is the Semedo. You know,
Who is Semedo?
no, I'm
Nelson.
Thank you very much.
But I mean, this is it. If Portugal don't win, it will be as a result of the fact that they didn't do what they have to do to win.
Why are you
So
already,
there's no immense.
why are you already doing two factors?
No.
But
But I thought we were going to say
wait.
Only these people they are polygamous.
Wait,
That's why they didn't win.
I'm saying
I
that.
have to get that.
Yes.
Say Portugal didn't win to me because they did not do what they were doing.
Yes.
So, like, what is the other reason that they cannot? Like, what as opposed to what?
No, where I'm going to is this. You know, we talked about
John,
drive, commitment.
we don't have time for
And I'm
this.
saying
Let
that
Solomon
those are
do
some
his
of the
own.
reasons why if they don't win the championship, which I know
Yeah.
they will win, I can say it here categorically. Portugal will win this Euro 2024. Go take it anywhere.
Okay, should we really agree now? If Portugal doesn't win the Euros, your iPhone should not work.
No.
Don't ask him any more questions. It's fine. Thank you very much.
Portugal.
Whatever you want to
Portugal all
do,
the way.
whatever you want to do. First of all, if you open any betting site, you want to bet on Portugal to win the World Cup. All the best. Where you go see Portugal? I don't know that one.
He's in Pluto.
But Solomon Edibe, first of all, advice to general: if you want to do anything in life, don't involve politics. It is not going to go well. It is not. That's how we say we should introduce ourselves that day. That you scatter everything. Now, just name your favorite and why.
Which people call
We
it?
first went 5 minutes to determine how to pronounce Portugal. From there,
Not me.
from there,
I do not understand what I'm saying. Portugal, is it a new word?
thank you very much. Solomon Edibe, favorite and why.
Okay. I'm tempted to say France, but let me stay with Spain.
By the way, Ruben Neves is the Portugal. It's the Portugal
score.
Okay.
I
wanted
saw
to
the
say
list.
Portugal score, not the Portugal
I
score.
saw the list.
There's
So,
also
but
Mateus Nunes.
I'll stay with Spain. Young squad, inexperienced.
People will go for us.
Young squad,
People will
inexperienced.
go for us.
Inexperienced.
No, I
But-
disagree.
But
What's your
but
own
they-
now? Did they
but the
disagree?
football
No,
I
he
like.
said that they would.
No, they're in a very difficult group. But the reason I'm being hopeful is the fact that there's a maybe room for a third best place finish. But I'm still with Spain. I just want to go with the popular France opinion. I still with Spain. Young squad. I'm seeing potential there, and maybe
They just renewed La Fuente's
They
contract.
have a super team, and I agree with you.
I
You
don't
see
think
young
they have a
squad.
super team.
Yeah,
no, they have a young squad. That's
Not
all.
super in
Just-
it.
Morata will not win any championship.
If this their
Morata
super
will not
team.
win you anything.
He won't win it.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you very much for keeping your own concise.
No, I have to keep it concise.
Short and concise.
And I'm very, very surprised that nobody chose France, which
Yes.
is why
No, I'm leaving France to you.
there is no chance that France will not win this year.
Yes,
Like,
there is
it's,
no chance.
like it's too all is your Ochuko that you're selecting.
See, please let us just mark this date.
Yeah.
And what this guy say, because sometimes you come out to say certain things
No, this
and
one,
you don't hold him responsible.
Very poor with
That's
prediction.
why I didn't pick France.
So,
I didn't
please let us just mark this date. and see where this prediction we end.
In fact, let's make this interesting.
England,
Let's make
Spain.
let's make this interesting. For every of your picks, any round that your pick is eliminated, you chose England, Portugal. You chose Spain. I chose France. Anybody that you fancy you pick after, you come to the next podcast with a drink for all of us. And we will put it on the table, we will have the drink. Whatever drink it is that you try to buy, if you buy a good drink, we will drink it. Whatever drink you drink.
That's good.
Your team, chat. Once Spain is knocked out,
we'll bring you
I expect you to come with a drink. The next podcast of after Spain is knocked out. If it's France that is knocked out,
What did you face now?
It's Spain now. They will be the first person to be knocked out. They'll be the first person to be knocked out.
No, I believe that Spain is the first. If Spain pass one of still.
But I can bet you someone will not bring any drink.
Which is
I'll bring a drink now.
It's better to not. Let me also give you.
It's live here now. So
let me give you cheat code, which is what I think that someone will do. If you don't come for the next podcast, there's nothing we cannot beat you.
I'm telling you.
We cannot beat you.
But if he doesn't come, he will come on another
He might
night.
not come for
He
one.
will. If you don't come, you don't pass. Because by then, another thing, if you don't come out.
So drinks go plenty now.
We don't feel they put where they know they do like saying our Lottie podcast. They do. So, but then do we all agree?
Yeah, we agree. I like that.
We make this interesting. Remember your pick,
Portugal.
Select in Portugal.
Eléyìí ó tẹ̀ jẹ́ kó la drink wá nílẹ̀ because his team no even dey the competition. Team wey you pick no dey the competition.
So me, I would like to change my pick to the Super Eagles of Nigeria because I'm not buying sushi. We know they buy sushi.
We no dey buy anything.
On that note, man, Sports Vibe, it's been fun. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Boys and girls.
Great.
It's been Mr. Deep,
Yep.
Mr. Portugal,
Solomon
Delivery, and today on Sports Vibe.
I know.
Gotcha.